Wedgie. Wedgie with the wedgie. Sledgehammer number one. It's me, Mario. Ho ho. So nice. Yahoo! That's the sound of Princess Peach make when I hit her from behind. One up, one up, one up, yeah! Buddy, you're on my laptop. What are you doing? Come over here if you want me to pet you. Come on. What's going on, Sledgy? Oh, thumb's in the way. Technically, we don't start for another 5 minutes. So, like, I'm probably just bullshit. Wave, say hi. Before we break into this terrific topic we have for today, you guys know that I can't come up with a topic every day because, you know, I'm a little slow and shit. But when I do come, I come hard. In-game, on stream. Not like that. Like, you know, I come prepared. I'm always prepared when I come. Okay, not always, but most of the time. Okay, most of the times if I come online, I'm prepared. Not that I'm coming online. That's you know, I don't got the OT, the only tacos. It's not popping yet. So there is no coming online for me. As far as I know, no events have ever been recorded that I was aware of. So I've got some pretty noticeable tattoos as well. So like, I'd be in trouble. I would definitely just be in trouble. Sledgy, I hope you're having a good day. I hope your boy Billy's live. I don't know. I didn't see him. Well, I didn't look, to be honest. You know, I didn't look. Nice zero. Huh, who's my good boy? Who's my handsome husk? Is it you? I love this dog. I can't. He's just too cute. He's my baby. He really is, man. You know, I couldn't imagine, like, you know, if I would have had to leave him behind, he would have been devastated. He would have been so depressed. Like, he's my fucking boy. Like, we have spent almost every bit of his life together. Like, with the exception of maybe like 3 weeks. Yo, sub kitty, what's a happening? Hope you're doing well. I have a topic today. I don't always have a topic. We'll have to think about you know, potential topics for this weekend. If this weekend ends up not working, we could always do next weekend as well, being that you guys, you know, obviously you work on Friday as per usual, and then you got AEW on Saturday. Where are you guys sitting? I'm going to have to watch just so I can look for you. You guys are probably up in the nosebleeds. I ain't going to see you. Ooh, Sledgy, you doing okay? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. I'm glad. I'm doing pretty well. Which is surprising, because yesterday I was not doing very well. I wasn't doing awful, but, like, just wasn't doing very well from, like, a headache and anxiety, depression standpoint. It was so bad to the point where literally I did not sleep at all last night. Literally, I laid there for hours just trying to, like, meditate myself to sleep, which I can usually do pretty successfully. And last night was not a thing. You know, I was way too busy overthinking Nope, on the floor, and I'm pretty sure we're on camera side. It will be near the ramp, though. Oh, any idea like how close you'll be to the ramp? That's awesome. Hell yeah. I might have to watch it. What time is AEW on Saturday? 10 to midnight? That'd be my guess. 10 to midnight, 9 to 11, something like that. I'd come with you if I wasn't a broke bitch. Yo, Mary Jane Lurkin. Guys, if you like... I know she's been playing that Path of Titans game, which I actually have myself. I haven't played it a whole lot, but one of my buddies did. He wanted somebody to play with, so he scooped it up for me, which isn't a bad game. Oh, Sledgy, 10? Okay. Make sure you guys go and show Mary Jane some love. Whoa, we rated into her quite a bit. Went to put my drink back behind my laptop and almost had an accident. Gosh. Uh-huh. Trying to make this work so that we don't lose our drink. But I also don't want to cover up my self-righteous whiteboard. It's 10 o'clock. That means we can start talking about what we're talking about. Because, listen, motherfucker, if you ain't here by 10 o'clock, I go live early enough that, like, you got some time. So, like, lick my butt sack or something like that. Today we're going to be talking about teaching people how to think. Not what to think. I feel like all of us have had people in our lives who are way more interested in trying to create a bunch of yes men, where, you know, if you go against anything that they say, they'll fucking cut you off like you're nobody. And that's one of the reasons why we're talking about this shit. You know, I think it goes without saying that me as a person, as a friend, as an online entity, you know, whatever, I am more interested in teaching people how to think, not what to think. And that is what we're going to be diving into today. So, if that is a topic that interests any of you guys, you'll feel free to share the live if you want to. If not, I'll fuck off. That's totally fine. Let's see here. Sledgy with the emotes. Subkitty says 8 to 10. I'm not sure till I get there. I'll send pics, though. Okay, it's 8 to 10? Why was I thinking it would be later than that? I mean, you'll probably have traffic, so I'm guessing it's down in the city. So, obviously, you know, I have my self-righteous whiteboard here. I've got a list of things that I'm going to talk about. But is there anything that anybody who's listening, anybody who's, you know, not lurking, anybody who can, you know, who wants to contribute, if you don't, if none of you do, that's totally fine. I can fucking ramble for an hour. I can definitely ramble for an hour. But what are some things that come to mind when you read that title? When you hear me say, teach people how to think, not what to think. I'm curious to hear what some of you guys' like initial reactions are to that, if anything. You know, it might be nothing. Sludgy says TV taping or house show. They're going to the event. They're going. So I'll be watching it live on TV probably. I'll have to go steal their smart TV and bring it back to the bedroom. Steal that shit. Gah. Gah, gah. We'll have to watch it. Maybe we'll watch it after you guys get home so the three of us can look for you. Because I guarantee you could pick yourself out of the crowd once you realize where you're sitting and you recognize like some faces and stuff. I'd be pausing that shit. I'd be zooming in. I'd be taking pictures. I'd be like, those are my friends. Hopefully Unicorn's boy, MJF is wrestling. So for me, obviously I had posed the question. I'm gonna, you know, keep rolling right along. But you know, if I'll probably pose it again at some point, honestly, as we get more people to trickle in. The first thing that came to my mind when I decided to make the title of the live, teach people how to think, not what to think, the first thing that came to my mind is, or was, both, keeping an open mind. In order for you to teach people how to think, you have to have an open mind, because there are multiple ways of thinking. And I don't just mean like, oh, everybody thinks differently. I mean like from a psychological standpoint, there are 3 ways of thinking. I didn't go out of my way to write those down. We've actually talked about that in the past. I don't remember what they are at the moment. But yes, I think keeping an open mind is, I know that that's the first thing that came to my mind whenever I decided that was the title. Good morning, blasted asses. Welcome in. Happy Uwu Wednesday. I hope you took your meds. Med time, med time, med time. Here's my meds. When I take them, they make me feel I'm not a sped. When it comes, I've got to take my meds. Take your meds or I will deep throat this baseball bat with your butthole. In game, I promise. I swear to God. No, yeah, I'm not interested in teaching you guys what to think because, first of all, I do not think very fucking properly. If I was trying to teach you guys what to think with the amount of insanity that I fucking live with every day, I'd be setting you up for failure. I really would be, and I could admit that wholeheartedly. I'm definitely more interested in teaching people how to think and how to think for themselves, how to keep an open mind, because if you're the type of person who is going to teach people what to think, you're either closed-minded or you're a manipulative son of a bitch. So, you can suck a dick in-game. Bree, what's going on? I said I'm not missing this fucker today. Big Sledge said it's TV taping. Sorry, I had to look it up. Wait, so you guys are going to watch it, but it's a TV taping? Oh, or do you mean it's not live? I'm confused. I don't know what you mean by that. Bree, yes, we got Bree coming in hot. You going to a live TV show? That's awesome. Right? Yeah, they're going to live ECW. I'm jealous. Or no, AEW, not ECW, AEW. Definitely suck a dick, because being pregnant sucks. I don't got to worry about that one, Bree. Fortunately. I don't got to worry about that one. So guys, with keeping an open mind, Bree and Blasted and anybody else who's coming in or, was only paying half attention, we're talking about teaching people how to think, not what to think. I posed the question, what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you read that title, when you hear me say, teach people how to think, not what to think? For me, it was keeping an open mind. And when it, to elaborate on that a little bit more, you can stand firm on your beliefs without allowing yourself to deny logic. A lot of people who are closed-minded will deny factual information. Like, certain things aren't up for debate. If we're talking about, obviously, I use the word beliefs. So a lot of people would immediately go to religion, which is a great example. Not something that, people like to talk about. We're not really going to talk about it in detail or anything, but just the fact that religion is something where logic isn't really part of the conversation unless, you have an atheist or an agnostic or a Scientologist, joining the conversation with a Christian or something. Logic comes into play with things that have tangible proof. And that's a thing that I've used to help myself so many times in so many different ways, relying on logic. I think logically. That's actually something that we're going to dive into a little bit later. And that's helped me, prevent so many spirals, so many bad situations. That's helped me to leave toxic relationships and avoid necessary situations. My car accident, which just fucking thinking about makes me fucking hate my life. If I would not have been thinking logically in that situation, I probably wouldn't be here. If I would not have handled my vehicle the exact way that I did, there is no doubt in my mind that I would be 6 feet under right now. So, allowing yourself to think logically is honestly just an incredible tool for so many different things. Let's catch up in the chat here. Blasted, you didn't know she was Prego? Hell yeah. Change our business name. I forgot to tell you. Now it's B&M Outdoor Services. Okay. I will change that. You want to shoot me a... No, I'll put it in my notebook. I got my notebook right here. I was gonna say, you want to shoot me a message, but that's because I'm a lazy bitch. No, I'm not a lazy bitch. The ADHD brain doesn't really think properly sometimes. The traumatic brain injury brain doesn't really think properly sometimes. So sometimes I just need a little jump start. I need to remember. I need to remind myself that I got this handy dandy notebook over here in true Blues Clues fashion. I don't think I've written any poems lately. I'll have to write a poem. I'll have to see what one of my latest ones were. I don't think I've read the one. I have at least a couple that I haven't read to you guys. I might have shared them in the Discord, but I know not all of you are in there. Today is the 13th. Recommend is B&M Outdoor Services. I like that better because you guys do a lot more than just lawn care. You know, you guys are doing like the decks and all the crazy shit. Guys, if you don't follow their business page, does that link to your business page? No, I need to would it be inappropriate if I put your Facebook link in the command for the business? Would that be inappropriate? Would that, you know, cuz I mean, yeah, I don't know. Would you be cool with that? Let's see here. Blasted Asses blasting his way through his shorts and into our hearts, as always. No, I didn't know. So happy for you, Bree. Screaming at the top of the mountain. Teach me how to think is something I need on a daily right now. For sure. Definitely. And, you know, I don't normally consider anything that I do, you know, teaching anything. Because I'm not exactly educated. So when I talk about, you know, today, teaching people how to think, it's not like I'm teaching you how to think. I've got a few good points to make and a few good, you know, topics to bring up and a few good questions to pose to you guys. But, you know, as I said before, I'll say it again. I'm no mental health expert. I'm no self-help guru. I'm no fucking trained professional. Like, I'm a mental case. I know a thing or two because I've done a thing or two. I'm unstable. Bum, 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 bum. Let's see here. I can definitely post it in the Discord. My bad, I didn't even think about it. Post what in the Discord? I have it written down, so you don't have to worry about that. Taco found a paw print. Or did you mean the Facebook link? If you meant the Facebook link, you could definitely do that. But that doesn't answer my question. I hope it's inappropriate. A little no, of course not. We would totally appreciate it. Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely do that. Put that in my note right here. And add FB link. Hell yeah. You guys know that I obviously love you guys and everything that you stand for, but also your work speaks for itself. Truly and honestly, you know, I would not break an arm jerking you off if I didn't believe every fucking word of it, and you guys do some of the best fucking work that I've seen. Like, Taco found a paw print, and that's your first clue. So you put it in your notebook because it's Taco Clue, Taco Clue. Taco, I got a lot of bad news. Concerned about on the 11th. My mind is just not here. Really confused and lost. I'm sorry to hear that, bro. We definitely have to have a conversation. Yo, Smallest Owl, you changed your name. Doctor Who. I like it. Hoot, hoot. I booped the snoot. Boop. Or do you want to boop this snoot? Smallest Owl, welcome in. We're talking about, obviously, with the title, I don't have to keep saying it, you know what we're talking about. Teaching people how to think, not what to think. We had already mentioned keeping an open mind, being able to stand firm on your beliefs without allowing yourself to deny logic. A big part of learning how to think and not what to think is being able to accept differing opinions or beliefs. You know, we've already used religion as an example. Let's fucking go full bore. Let's use politics as an example next. Two topics that nobody likes to talk about. Let's get uncomfortable. So anyway, you want to talk about not being able to fucking accept differing beliefs? Look at fucking politics in this day and age. It's fucking disgusting. It's awful. If you're a fucking super left, you are an unreasonable motherfucker. If you are super right, you are an unreasonable motherfucker. You can be right or left, but if you are so far over that you fucking judge somebody hard as fuck just because of who they voted for, get the fuck over yourself, you pretentious piece of shit. How about you accept differing opinions and beliefs? Because if you truly believe what you believe and you're educated on it, you shouldn't get mad. You should be more than willing to have a conversation with this motherfucker. You should be more than ready to convert this motherfucker, because if you're really that correct and you really believe your bullshit that much, you should be able to back it the fuck up. But no, people just say shit and are super uneducated, and it's fucking abysmal. Accept differing opinions or beliefs. That doesn't mean you have to fucking bend. It doesn't mean you're not standing firm on your beliefs. But being able to have a conversation will allow you to understand instead of being an asshole. You don't have to agree with everything the motherfucker said, but they're entitled to their opinions and beliefs, and I guarantee you that if you're a cunt about it, they're going to continue thinking that they're right and you're a piece of shit, because you kind of are. And that goes both ways. You know, Democratic, Republican, there's fucking assholes on both sides, and fuck them, you know? If you're somewhere in the middle, you can be a left-leaning or a right-leaning. Let me rephrase that. You should be able to be a left-leaning or a right-leaning. You can't, bro. You cannot. Literally, I don't care about politics at all. I'm as in the middle, about as middle could be. I probably lean... I don't even want to tell you guys which way I lean, because I'll fucking start a riot. But it's such a small percentage of the way that I lean that it's almost not even worth saying. Because literally, I have had people fucking judge me like I fucking did some shit that I can't even say, because anything that comes to mind is definitely TOS against. But let me fucking catch up in this chat, because I had a good little rant going on right there. Let's see. Boop the snoot. I don't think. I have no thoughts. Big love to everyone. Yo, Cock Culture, big love to you. Smallest owl, you don't think? Well, that's perfect, because today we're talking about teaching people how to think and not what to think. There are so many people in this world who will try to push their beliefs on you. And I can say 100% that I have never done that to you guys. Please object. Please object. If you can, you know, because in almost every situation, I've never tried to force beliefs on anybody. I can't think of a single time where I tried to force my beliefs. You know, we may have had an open conversation about something, but I've literally had people, and still have people, you know, that I've had falling outs with, that are talking shit on me 3 years later almost, and I still don't retaliate. I still have yet to stoop to their level. And I have yet to try to make my people think negatively of them. It's just not something that I do. My character speaks for itself, just like other people's characters speak for themselves. If you are thinking for yourself and you decide that I'm the bad guy, then okay. I'm sorry you feel that way. If you weren't willing to have a conversation with me about it, then fuck you. Seriously, if you were somebody that was my friend and you decided that I was the bad guy before even talking to me about whatever the situation was, I got 2 things for you. Boom. Buy one, get one free, baby. Because I'm not in the business of trying to tell people what to think. You can do that yourself. You're a fucking grown-up. I barely know what I'm thinking half the time. It ain't my fucking business what you're thinking. Who says, my brain is as smooth as an uncooked chicken breast. It's me. I'm the people. You're my people, Sub-Kitty. I think Cock Culture... Yeah, I was going to say just cock, yeah. It's 12:16 a.m. and I'm excited about my country's independence. My brain doesn't work. Hey, but you're thinking about something. When is your country's independence? Is it coming up, or what's the dealio? Make sure you guys are staying hydrated. I can't believe it's only been 17 minutes. We've been talking about cool stuff. Not really cool stuff. We've been talking about a lot of stuff, though. I gotta slow down. I'm gonna run out of fucking whiteboard. No, it's okay. I don't mind if we, you know, run out and then just bullshit for the last 10, 15 minutes. Where were we at? We had mentioned that being able to understand... being understanding to another person's point of view does not require you to change your own. Go back to the Democrats and the Republicans. There's no reason that 2 people on opposite sides of the fucking political spectrum should not be able to have an intelligent conversation. No reason, unless you are unintelligent. That is the one and only reason. If you ever run into somebody who is so left or so right that they're not even willing to fucking have a conversation with somebody from the other side, dad, they're not really that intelligent. And my dad's smart as a whip. So it kills me that he's one of those people, you know, like, man, it kills me because he really is an intelligent dude. But he fucking dropped the ball on the fucking, you know, on that one. And like, I get it, you know, like, I guess there's a certain people feel like there are some atrocities being committed that they have to say something, they have to stand up. But you're not saying something, you're not standing up, you're just being a cunt, you're just being a douchebag. I've done more in my life for political justice than you've done in your entire fucking life, bitching about it, because, you know, at least I have a solid fucking stance and can back my shit up, bitch. Okay, yeah. Blasted says, run out of whiteboard, so is this a taco meeting? I feel like I'm in class. Yes, you are. I'm getting too tired for tits. Never too tired for tits. Well, listen, Smallest Al, if you get too tired and you gotta go, I get it. I appreciate you being here. I forgot you were on the other side of the world and it was midnight for you. As you can see, it is bright and shiny. It is 10:20 in the morning for me. Blasted says, it's a hoot of a morning to you all. Woohoo, hump day. So, our next question, guys, we had already posed the a question earlier. I'm not going to repose it because at this point, you know, it's null and void. This one kind of, you know, envelops that last question as well, but it goes a little bit deeper. The next question that I have is, how should we think? How do you guys think? I had already mentioned earlier, and this is the part where we're going to bring it back up. I think logically. I'm a very logical person. Obviously, you know, I have moments where I'm maybe not thinking so logically. Obviously, what's logical to me might not be logical to somebody else. It's kind of the same thing as common sense. What's common sense to me might not be so common to somebody else. Somebody who didn't grow up the way that I grew up. What's common sense to me will not be common sense to everybody else. And what is logical to me will not be logical to everybody else. But part of being a logical thinker is being able to acknowledge that you're not always the logical one. And being able to have that conversation with somebody without being a fucking douchebag is vital to your overall happiness, your overall stress, everything. You know, I've been struggling very, very bad these last 3 years with PTSD, anxiety, and depression, and I can tell you guys fucking 110% that by me being able to think logically, I have saved myself a world of hurt. Let's see here. I'm going back to my home country so I can make it for the Mexico Independence Day. Oh, there you go, Doctor Who. Hell yeah. Where are you? Are you in like the Australia area right now? If it's not too much information, if it is, I'll fuck off. It's fine. Bree says, absolutely. Speaking out and standing up is completely different from just ranting and regurgitating things you've heard people say your whole life. Real life is about realizing that the norm or majority is usually wrong. Yeah. You know, you pretty much said it there. Like, I can't even elaborate on that, Bree. That was, you know, very well said. So many people just regurgitate things that they've heard instead of actually thinking for themselves. They were taught what to think, and they did not deviate from the path. Nobody taught them how to think. That's one of the reasons why, honestly, like, I don't really think that I really had people in my life who taught me how to think. I think that I kind of lucked out with ADHD and also a shitty upbringing. I've talked about it before. I'll talk about it again. You know, anytime that I tried to ask questions, and I mean any time, like I would say 90 to 95% of the time growing up, and I'd hate to say it because I don't want to paint my mom in a bad light, but facts is facts. So often when I would ask questions as a kid, I would get smacked in the face and yelled at for back talking. Don't back talk me. I would try so hard to use my words in a way, in an inflection and in a way that was not back talking. Every time. Don't backtalk me. So much that it was traumatic. And it's something that will stick with me for the rest of my life. You know, it happened a lot. And so I think that that's definitely a reason why I had to learn how to think by myself for myself. Ain't nobody else is fucking helping me. And that's another reason why I myself am just such a hopeful person, because I know what the fuck it's like to not be able to get answers to the questions that you have. And I'm not going to say that I can answer every fucking question that you have, but I guarantee it that between the two of us, we'll figure out how to think about it, and we'll figure out an answer together. I'm not just going to tell you what to think. We're going to fucking figure it out. And that's the type of motherfucker that I am. My buddy was over here the other day. He was like, we had a pretty good conversation. It had its ups and downs, and there were a few different times where he tried to tell me why I do things the way that I do, or that I'm, you know, and I'm like, no, bro, like, you've been my friend for a long time, but you don't know what's in my head. Like, you can believe what you want, you know, but that's not true. Like, I know who the fuck I am. I'll tell you. Placid says, logical or common sense can be a lot of different things. No one is the same. Yep. Currently in the Australia area. That's what I was thinking. Bree says, I say that all the time. People are not encouraged to think critically. Not even as children. Especially not as children. Because children are the key. Exactly. And that's why children nowadays are just fucking fed all of this stimuli until they're fucking drooling on themselves. Bree says, because I said so. Because I'm the adult. What they mean to say is, I don't know anything, and so I'm taking it out on you because you are trying to know things. Yes, definitely, Bree. I've gotten that on multiple occasions. And to be fair, you know, I'm not going to say that I never back-talked my mom. Obviously, I did. You know, it happened. I was, always have been, and always will be kind of a smartass. So I deserved some of them smacks across the face, for sure. I'm not going to pretend like I didn't. But I did not deserve most of them. And I will die on that hill. Graham, good morning. I just posed the question, how should we think as individuals, as people, as a society? How should we think? How do you guys think? I personally think very logically, which isn't to say that I don't think illogically sometimes. I don't think emotionally sometimes. I don't know where it was. I think it was probably just like a random video that I was, you know, scrolling through or whatever. But I heard somewhere recently that guys tend to think more logically, while ladies tend to think more emotionally. Please type agree or disagree in the chat if you agree or disagree with this statement. Guys tend to think more logically, while ladies tend to think more emotionally. And that does not mean that there's not both happening, because I would say that both genders are definitely capable of both. But again, just type agree or disagree in the chat if you agree or disagree with this statement. Guys tend to think more logically, while ladies tend to think more emotionally. I'm curious to see what people think. And please don't attack anybody if they say something that you disagree with. I'm not saying that women are incapable of thinking logically. It's absolutely not what I'm saying. I actually think that personally, you know, it's partially based on how you were raised to think and how your life experiences molded you to think. I'm not going to say whether I agree or disagree with that statement, because I definitely do lean one way. Although, as always, in true taco fashion, I am in the fucking middle on a lot of things. That helps me to see both sides so fucking clearly. Like, you know, it's a superpower. It really is. Like, I feel like that's part of the reason why I've always been, I've told you guys this before, obviously not all of you have heard it, but my entire life, I've been like the mediator of the family in multiple situations. You know, if there was a falling out between two family members, there was a fight going on between two family members, I was that guy who would be able to go talk to one person, validate their feelings, see what was going on, go talk to the other person, validate some of their feelings, see what was going on, go back, talk to both of them again, and they'd be talking again. I can't tell you guys how many times I did shit like that. It literally was just my job. Like, and not that anybody gave it to me, but I was good at it. And I'm not going to let petty differences tear the family apart if I can do something about it. And that's probably, you know, a skill that I learned early on, and I didn't even realize that I had it until it was just time after time after time. I saw an issue, I wanted to help, and I actually was able to. It was fucking incredible. I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. I genuinely love being able to squash conflict and help people, which is why it's so funny to me whenever people try to say things like I thrive off of drama, or I create all of this drama. You know, drama tends to follow you when you squash the shit. When you squash the shit, the people who start drama don't like it. And so they'll try to point the fucking finger at you. They will. I was definitely a shit stain. I have a mouth on me for sure, right? Graham says, I'm a free thinker. I think emotionally and logically. Definitely. Blasted Acid says, I say both because I'm emotional and very bad with logic. Definitely. I also was a very emotional thinker. You know, I would actually say that I used to be an emotional thinker, and I also think that that was, I'm sorry if this is fucking sexist, shoot me now, but I was raised in a house of women. You know, my mom and my two sisters. I grew up in a house of 3 women. So you're goddamn right I'm emotional. I've got an emotional side. I've got emotional ways of thinking, and that is where I was at for a very long time. It was a learned behavior to decide to start thinking logically. Once I realized that I have these mental illnesses in my brain that just are not going to stop making me feel like a piece of shit, that was really when I had to take a step back and think, like when my depression was really bad and stuff, when I was like, okay, I need to fucking figure something out. And logic was what did it. You know, logic was what helped me snap out of those fucking shitty thought patterns. I would definitely say both. I would say that I agree with the statement as a whole. You know, I think that more often than not, just from my own personal experiences, which obviously my personal experiences are not the same as your personal experiences, so please do not attack me for this. But I would say that, yes, I think that guys tend to think more logically, while ladies tend to think more emotionally. Both are definitely capable of both, and it's probably about 50-50. If it really is different, it might be 55-45. Like, you know, I'm not saying it's so much different. I'm not saying it's like 80-20. Like, I'm saying, like, you can't give me, like, 51-49 even. Like, and that goes back to thinking with an open mind. You know, if I say that I agree with that statement, people who are closed-minded are going to be like, well, fuck you. People who are open-minded are going to be like, well, what do you fucking mean by that? If it's really a difference of 2%, that's all it has to be for my statement that I just said to be factual. So, suck a dick if you're pissed. Suck a dude's dick, because that's the only option if we're being honest. Well, actually, it's 2023. That's a lie. That is a lie. We're going to strike that one from the record, because that is a gosh darn lie. Make sure you guys are staying hydrated. Make sure that you guys take your fucking meds time. Take your fucking meds time. Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? Where they at? They in my chest because I'm a hoe. They in my chest because I'm a hoe. Take your fucking meds. Take your fucking meds. Or I'm going to hit you with a baseball bat. No! Not the gumdrop buttons. Not the drugs. The prescription doctor drugs. Doctor Drugs. Could you imagine if your last name was Drugs? You'd have to be a doctor. Dr. Drugs. Actually, Subkitty says, did you know the clit is an undeveloped penis? Yes, actually, I did. I did actually know that. Believe it or not, I did know that. So, guys, we've got about a half an hour in the live, and I ran through this fucking whiteboard at lightning speed. I have one more question, especially after everything that we've talked about, you know, related to this or unrelated. What's everybody thinking about? What's on your mind right now? As I'm asking, what's the first thing that fucking your fingers can type within reason? Graham, I'm looking at you. Keep your fingers to yourself. Sit on the hands. What's everyone thinking about? What's on your mind, guys? I don't really know what I'm thinking. I'm thinking I gotta pee a little bit. Maybe I'll run and go take a pee while you guys are typing what you're thinking. We got to get the leak from Grandma's house so I can leave the leak with you guys while I leave. Nobody threw leaks in the fucking chat? Wow, whatever. I thought we were friends. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. I love you guys. Even though you didn't throw leaks in the chat. So suck my dick. I'm telling Unicorn. There's the leaks. We know what Subkitty was thinking. She was thinking about how a clit is an undeveloped penis. Bree is thinking about cutting vegetables? Hell yeah. Listen. Never mind. Anybody who knows me knows exactly where I was about to go with that. We got to put that one on the shelf, though. That one's not getting on Twitch. That one we'll get taken out to dinner. Do you really want to know how I don't want to go to work today? Yeah, that's rough, Subkitty. Hey, at least you're almost done. It's almost Friday. Hump day. All I'm going to say is mine's dark. Well, Graham, as somebody who struggles with everything that you struggle with, it makes sense. I don't think I posted our video on YouTube yet, but I will. Maybe today or tomorrow. Maybe I'll post our video. If you guys don't know, me and Graham did a live 3 weeks ago maybe at this point, about PTSD and CPTSD. I have PTSD and Graham suffers from CPTSD. So it was a really, really great live. We had a really great back and forth. And I am going to upload that one to YouTube. Even though I haven't really been uploading anything to YouTube, I am going to upload that one because it was just an amazing live. You know, I got a lot of answers, honestly, in doing the research that I did for that live that I hadn't stumbled upon prior. So it was honestly eye-opening for me in multiple ways. 2 weeks ago, I believe. Yeah, I was trying to think. I couldn't remember. Maybe like 2.5. I couldn't, because it wasn't this. No, it was 2 weeks because it was the day after the concert. Yeah, that was fucking awful. I got very little sleep. That was awful. Blasted says, I'm thinking about how to get out of my mindset with the news I got just throwing me for a loop. Yeah, man. You know, that's my thing. Like, it doesn't even have to be bad news. Like, I'll just be in a funk. Like, I'll just be thinking about, like, past shit or, you know, things that I could have done better in my life. And I'm just like, I'll just start fucking really getting depressed about it. Like, that's last night, literally, I just laid in bed depressed. I just couldn't stop thinking about, like, things that I've fucked up in my life. And I just couldn't stop. Literally for fucking 9 hours. I laid there and fucking hated every second of it. Like, fuck. Thank God I'm back on these antidepressants. Hopefully they do something. Hopefully, yesterday was my first day taking those, so hopefully that didn't. What I think maybe my issue was is I took them pretty early in the morning. So I think maybe by the time I was laying down, they were pretty much like out of my system. So I didn't take them yet this morning. I'm going to take them around lunchtime. Or maybe I'll take them around my 2 o'clock. I have my 2 o'clock med that I take, so maybe I'll take them when I take my 2 o'clock meds. That sounds like a good idea to me. Now, if anybody wants to share anything about their weekend coming up, I'm excited because I get to go and hang out with Trippy. He's coming back from his 10-day cruise. I'm definitely excited to talk to him about that. Maybe we'll have him guest star on a live at some point this weekend. I know we were already talking to Subkitty and Unicorn about guest starring on a live, so we might have a fucking power-packed weekend for you guys. One of them might get postponed to next weekend, depending on, you know, schedules and stuff, but I digress. Graham says, sounds like you need to experiment with times to take them, bro. Yep, exactly. That's exactly what it sounds like to me. Which, you know, I can't say that that's the first time that, you know, my depressive and rapid thoughts have kept me awake at night. So I'm not going to blame the med completely. But I at least definitely am going to take it a little bit later just to make sure that I get, because nighttime's the worst part, you know, and it's the morning, you know, that's when I'm, provided that I can get in the right headspace, you know, that's when I'm moving, that's when I've got stuff going on, I've got my live, I've got anything that I decide or need to do before the live, I've got, you know, everything that I need to do after the live. So really it's the afternoon that it kicks my ass a little bit more. It's definitely, and that you know, being able to be open-minded, being able to think on a broader spectrum really helps you become self-aware. You know, although I have cognitive deficits, I have a traumatic brain injury, I've got so much wrong with me, I have definitely become so much more self-aware now in the last 3 years than I did in the other 25. And it's been incredible. It's really, really been incredible, you know, being able to hold yourself accountable for certain things and being able to fix the things that you need to fix to, you know, get done the things that you need to get done. Obviously, I'm not going to pretend like I don't struggle sometimes, because I definitely fucking do. You know, it's hard to hold yourself accountable sometimes, but nobody else is going to. Could be your anxiety too. Yeah, it could definitely be a little bit of both. The med that I have is for both, so. And I was diagnosed with both after my car accident. Sounds like you need to expand. I read that one. Did you know your brain is most active when you're in a quiet place alone? I knew that my brain was the most active when I was in a quiet place alone, but I thought maybe that was just an ADHD thing. I didn't realize that was an everybody thing. That's why, honestly, music is therapeutic as fuck. Video games as well. You know, those are two things that, you know, help to stimulate the brain a little bit and help to just make you forget about shit. Same with, you know, having conversations with people. That's why I love the lives. I get to sit here and talk with you guys. That's why I love the Discord. I get to sit here and talk with you guys. You know, I've been very upfront about a lot of this, you know, starting out being me trying to get the help that I need and obviously try to help people in the process, you know. And this whole, I don't know, experiment, for lack of a better word, turned out to bring me a community and a family that I love as if you were my fucking own. There are some of you guys that we've been through some shit and we're still fucking here rocking. And I appreciate you for recognizing my character for what it is and not allowing certain disputes to turn into a lifelong falling out. You know, somebody like Dr. Three Balls, I'm gonna call you out, big boy. I hope you're in here. You know, we've had multiple issues with one another. Not anything that has ever stopped us from checking up on one another, because that's what it's all the fuck about. You know, I don't care if we're getting along or not. I still want you to be okay. I still don't wish the fucking worst on you, despite what you might fucking wish on me or threaten me with. And that's not, you know, Balls never threatened me as far as I know. That wasn't, you know, him. But other people have. Multiple people. Which is fine. You know, I get it. When you feel inferior to somebody, you have to try to bring them down to your... No, I'm kidding. That's that narcissistic personality showing out. My bad. It was a joke, people. Calm down. I.e. bedtime. Yep, exactly. Bree says, that's funny because the baby is most active when I'm the most relaxed. Yo, Dino Wolf, welcome in, brother. I hope you're doing well. What do you have planned for a live? I know you mentioned going live, Dino Wolf. What are you going to be playing today, homie? Does anybody else have any fun live streams planned for the near future? Kitty says, same. My brain hates when I'm alone. Don't tell me to calm down. Yeah, if I'm alone, it depends, you know, on what I'm doing and stuff. But music is definitely... It sucks, though. It's one of them things, like, I can't... You know, I try not to listen to too much music just because of the way that my headaches are fucking all the time. You know, at this point, like, I don't fucking know what's even causing them and what's not. Like, I know that literally thinking in any fucking magnitude makes them worse. So, yeah, when your mind's racing, when you've got anxiety and depression and ADHD, yeah, it's a fucking recipe for disaster. There have definitely been times where, you know, I'll hop on the Xbox and my headache will start feeling better for a little bit. You know, just like a lot of things, you know, everything in moderation is good. So you've got to kind of figure out what works, you know, find people who want to help you figure out how to think and not necessarily teach you, because a lot of us are still trying to figure it out. But why can't we help one another figure out how to think for ourselves instead of just thinking the bullshit that 90% of society thinks. Like, how anybody can look at the public school system and think that they're doing a great job? Fucking asinine. Bunch of fucking idiots. I'll fucking say that straight to your face. If you think that the public school system is not fucked, you're a moron. Sorry. Not sorry. You were either privileged or you got lucky and grew up in a good one. But I've been to multiple schools, and I know people who've been to multiple schools, and I've heard multiple stories, seen multiple fucking proofs that public school's fucked. If I ever have kids, they will be homeschooled. They will be some type of something. I will not put them in fucking public school. Unless they want to. You know, if it's something that they want to do, I'm not going to say that I'm going to rob them of that experience. But, you know, I'll make sure they're not the weird fucking homeschooled kid. I'll make sure they have a fucking social life and stuff. But fuck that, man. Fuck school. Public school. Like, fuck those people and everything. And I'm not saying the teachers and the principals and stuff, but just the way that the whole thing is run, the way that things are taught, the way that things are not taught, completely fucked. You tell me why there's not a mandatory taxes class in high school, and I will fucking retract my statement. Fuck Algebra 2. Fuck geometry. Fuck statistics. Like, yeah, you can take those. Those are fine. They might be fundamental. You might need them too. But where the fuck is the taxes class? When do I learn how to fucking do that? Oh, no, I just need to fucking pay somebody else to do it my entire life because I don't know how to do it, and you guys can fucking destroy me for 40% of what I make? Fuck you. Fuck you. How the fuck does it make sense that taxes are as high as they are? They're higher than ever. They're higher than ever. Shit is more and more expensive. People are not making money, and taxes are getting higher and higher. Multiple people, I've heard this multiple places. The average income right now is worse than the average income from the Great Depression as far as, you know, the price of living versus not minimum wage, but the price of living versus the average wage now versus the cost of living versus the, you know, average wage. It is worse now than it was. And that's fucking insane. And nobody's talking about it. Nobody's got a fucking issue with it. The rich just keep getting richer, and we just keep having to suck dick to fucking get by. I'm not sucking dick to get by, but I'm also homeless. So, yay! Wish I could suck some dick to get... No. That was a joke. In-game. GTA. We're... GTA. Let's see here. Dino says, took me most of the hour, but my Grand Theft Auto 5 was installing. Hell yeah. The new one or the old one? Graham says, I'm planning a movie night. We'll go live again this weekend if I'm feeling better than today, but I'm going to do my best to do the first time film back as an old classic, Flubber. Flubber is a great film. If you do it this weekend, I don't know if I'll be able to watch it, depending on when it is. But yeah, just keep me updated, buddy. Let me know. Kitty says, I'm so glad to be out of school. I hated it there. Yeah, you know, like, I'm not going to say that it was all bad. There was good moments. But as a whole, could definitely use some work. 3 out of 10, do not recommend. Graham says, my school was so shitty. It was about as much use of a goldfish with titties on a motorbike holding a damn ashtray. I would motorboat them goldfish titties. I'm just saying. Bree says, preach. Blasted says, we are sucking something. It can't be food. The old one. Flubber with Robin Williams. Yeah, is there a new one? I only thought there was an old one. Oh, you're talking about the GTA. Never mind. Gotcha. Dino says, school didn't prepare me for socializing with others. It made me too used to socializing in an institution like school that it didn't prepare me for socializing as an adult. Motorboat, vroom vroom. Yeah, man, they didn't, I mean, the socializing thing, yeah, it's not really something that they teach. I mean, maybe at a younger age, I don't know. And it obviously depends, especially, you know, considering the fact that, Dino, if you're from Australia, so obviously school over there is going to be a lot different than school over here. I don't know how different, but you know, they teach you fundamentals, but a lot of the stuff they teach you is useless. Stuff you're never going to use again. And you want to teach me that, fine. I'm not going to say, don't teach me what a participle is. I'm not going to say, don't teach me fucking geography. But when the fuck is tax class? When the fuck is how to start a business 101? Like, when the fuck is, tax write-offs, taxes and tax write-offs? When is that section? You have to go $40,000 in debt in order to take a business class? No, thank you. No, thank you. School only prepares you for work and for prison. Yeah, they're literally preparing you to support the system, which makes sense. That's how the world goes round. But I want more for my life. I don't want to fucking be like that. And now I have very little control over my life because of a freak fucking accident, because of an incompetent driver. And so everything that I've been working on, everything that I've been trying to do has been somewhat on hold, or at least on, light mode, because I've got so many other responsibilities. I've got so many other things and health issues and, stuff that I'm trying to work through that I can't put the time into, creating content or making a name for myself or coming up with topics every day. I can't do the things that I would like to do. And school didn't prepare me for none of this, but I was in the process of preparing myself before I got fucked in the head, and I still am in the process, but I just don't retain information nearly as freaking well as I used to, and it's a bummer. It's a real big bummer, not being able to retain information. It sucks. Bree says, facts. I'm gonna to live in game. If I want a life worth living, that's why we want facts. If I'm gonna blank myself to live, I want a life worth living. That's why we want to head to the woods and homestead. Yeah, definitely. And that's one of the reasons why the fact that you guys have your own business is so inspirational, and why even before I saw the incredible work that you guys do, I was fucking behind you. Because just the fact that you guys are trying to do better for yourselves is incredible. It's a bonus that you're good as fuck at what you do. My bad. It was a metaphor, Twitch. Right? It was a metaphor. Could I get a mod to delete that message, though, just because? I hate that I can't delete the message from Stream Elements. That doesn't make any sense to me. That really doesn't make any sense to me. Like, how the fuck am I supposed to delete a message? Just leave up my fucking dashboard or something? Like, that's stupid. Stupid. Thank you, Graham. Thank you. Obviously, Bree, it was nothing personal. You know how Twitch can be sometimes. I am obligated to say something about it. I don't have a problem with that at all. It happens. I say some shit I shouldn't say sometimes. We all say some shit that we probably shouldn't say sometimes. It's never a big deal. Ever. As long as you're not being an asshole about it, which none of us ever are. When people are assholes about it, that's when they get Das Boot. That's when they get Das Boot faux show. Yeah, no, I wasn't thinking. That's my fault. No, and you didn't even mean it in the way, like you said, like it was a metaphor. Like it wasn't even like, yeah, like you weren't talking about doing it. You were talking about working your fingers to the bone. You weren't talking about that you weren't talking about it. You were talking literally about breaking your back for what? Nothing. Yeah, that's one of the reasons why I'm so glad to be back home, guys. Like, although I'm fucking homeless, although my symptoms have been worse than they have been for longer than I care to even think about, I'm so happy to be home. Even though stresses and finances and everything have been worse than they have fucking been probably my entire life, I'm back around people that I care about. Not that I wasn't with people that I cared about on the other side of the state, but it's different when it's your family or it's people that you've known most of your life. Don't get me wrong, I miss my friends out in Philly. I talk to them often, but nothing compares to home. And I guess it depends on a lot of stuff. I was always really close with my family, and whenever I moved, obviously that changed. And so being back has reignited, that closeness. My nieces, my nephews, my sister, I'm almost as close with them as I was before I left, and I've only been back for like 2-3 months. So I'm feeling really, really good about just life in general and where I can go from here, you know, with some actual family and friends that know me. You know, I had a conversation with my friend the other day, and I've known him, you know, although we didn't talk for, you know, a good couple of years, I've known him since middle school. And he can just tell that I'm not the same person. Like, cognitively, mentally, like, you know, driven. Like, we were always those motherfuckers. Like, if there was if we had a snow day, whether it was a 2-hour delay or if it was a cancellation, we were out shoveling snow for people. We were out making that fucking money. Like, I've always had 2 jobs, you know, and not because I'm greedy or anything, but because I want to be comfortable. I'll work a little bit extra in order to have things that I need or things that I want. You know, I've always been a hardworking individual, and I'm literally a fucking broken version of my former self. Obviously, I have tried to heal. I have tried to fix myself. I have succeeded in that. And I would take that back. I'm not a broken version of my former self, but I'm a completely different version of myself. There are things about me that will never be the same, good and bad. But this is something that's going to change the course of my entire life. You know, this is something that I don't think I will ever truly recover from, just because of how much it's impacted my entire fucking being. And that doesn't mean that I won't fucking keep pushing. That doesn't mean that I'm going to stop trying. But after 3 years, what more is there to fucking do? Like, wasn't thinking. See, that's why you are the speaker. Graham says, hey, Kitty and partner, hope you're both doing okay. Yes, Kitty and Unicorn. We love ourselves some Kitty and some Unicorn. We're doing good. Hope you are too. Guys, we've got about 5 more minutes. Please take your meds. Look at my tits. Take your meds. My tits want you to take your meds. See? They'll give you a hug. Take your meds. Drink some water. I've said it once. I'll say it a million times. If you guys aren't feeling 100%, and you know that your body is made out of 80% water, and you're not drinking water, or you're not making a conscious effort, or that's not something that is like on your list of things to do, that's like step number 1. You know, when I felt so shitty and I was so cognitively at a fucking loss that I couldn't even figure out what it meant to take care of myself, that was the first thing, the first logical step in my recovery. If I do not feel 100% and I'm made out of 80% this, I need to drink more of this. If that doesn't make sense, if that logical fucking approach isn't enough to make you say, oh, maybe I should drink a little bit more water, then you don't want to get better. You just want to bitch. You just want somebody to enable your shitty behavior. And that's not me. I ain't that motherfucker. I will gladly try to help you with some shit, but if you're not even willing to try to drink a couple extra glasses of water a day, the amount that I'm going to try to help you understand versus the amount of time I'm going to try to help somebody else understand is going to be different. Because you obviously have to understand how to drink this fucking glass of water. Stay moist, bitches. I mean hydrated. You've seen an ant with bigger titties. Yo, first of all, Graham, who the fuck do you think you are to come into my live and insult my titties? Okay, these are the best titties on Twitch. They might not be the biggest, but they may be the perkiest. And yes, they're real. They are. They are real. Subkitty says, how dare you say that word? That's her favorite. Drink water all day. I crave water. So, it was a hard thing to do at first. Straight up. It was hard. It was hard to drink water at first. Something I don't really like. If I were to drink water before, I would almost need it to be like ice cold out of the fridge, which I know technically isn't even supposed like isn't super good for you, but I'm not gonna fucking be a priss about it. I'm drinking water, damn it, deal with it. Like I'll drink whatever I want. Dino gonna hydrate and take his meds? Hell yeah. But no, yeah, same, Bree. Especially at this point, like I drink water naturally. Like I might drink one drink that isn't water during the course of the day, and that's a maybe. Yeah, certain things I try to stay away from. Thank you, Graham, for adding some blocked terms for me. I appreciate that. I got that stretch in. I got to take this hydrate. Bree says, I love ice cold water. Who wants to drink hot water? Even water from the river is cold, right? Definitely. I don't like, warm water, but at least like if it's like room temperature or something, like I could deal with it. Like I could deal with a room temperature. I could deal with a warm water too. Like, fuck it, I considered the other day, like, just trying to, like, boil some water in the morning and, like, almost like I was going to make some tea, but just sip on the boiled water. Maybe give me, like, that placebo, like, I don't know. It might just make me tired. I don't know. I thought about it, but I didn't think about it too much because it kind of seemed like a dumb idea. But, F it. I'm going to have a monster. There you go. I took one out of my sister's room the other day. My sister had some monsters in there. I took one the other day. Not that monster. Although I did take that monster the other day. I was like, I'm sorry. That was fucked up. But I'm fucked up. Mentally. Not like, I'm not like, there was no day drinking for me today. Or, rarely ever. I haven't fucking, I'm not going to say I haven't day drank. I mean, I haven't day drank in a while. But no, like, even like in the course of my accident, like, I've day drank maybe like 5 to 10 times, and even then it's not like I was getting fucking hammered. It was like, had a couple drinks, and it wasn't this early either. It was like afternoon basically. The concert, what about the concert? Oh yeah, I was day drinking for the concert, but that doesn't count. It was a concert, first of all. Second of all, I don't even think I started till like 6 o'clock. That's afternoon drinking. My fridge is full of Monster and Coke. There you go. Hell yeah, Graham. Got to add some Monster to my wish list or something. No, I don't. I don't need any extra motivation to drink those bad boys. All right, guys, it's 11:01. Let me see what we have to raid over here. I got some stuff to do, and my head's been killing me the last couple of days. Today I do have some relief, which is cool, but I don't want to push it too hard. So let's see who we've got to raid. Anybody has anything to say, speak now or forever hold my peace. I mean, forever hold your peace. Ooh, Jenny looking like a babe today. She got her hair down and everything. Bow, 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 bow. We got a lot of good people. All right, guys, I need some votes. We're not going to do a formal poll. I just need you to type in the chat. Do we want to go watch somebody crochet? Do we want to watch somebody play Starfield? Do we want to watch somebody play Overwatch 2? Or do we want to watch somebody just chat? Just chatting, Overwatch 2, Starfield, or crocheting? We got 4 options. Crochet, Overwatch, Starfield, chatting. Graham says Starfield. Stay stubby. I thought you meant stubbly for a minute, and then I realized you were talking about my stubbly hubbly. You keep Coke in the fridge? I'm going to leave that one there. I'm gonna leave that one there. Sub Kitty, if you can stay for the raid, feel free to stay for the raid. Throw some emotes. But if you have to go, if any of you guys have to go, it's totally fine. No raid shaming over here. Hey, it's 5 o'clock somewhere. That's what my uncle always said. Starfield, Bree, not that type. You guys are goofballs. Add that to the list of things we can't talk about on Twitch, you goofballs. But okay. Honestly, I was thinking Starfield anyway because that's our friend Mary Jane. Our friend Mary Jane is playing Starfield right now, and she was lurking on us. I don't know if she still is lurking on us, but she was most definitely lurking on us. So, we are going to raid into Mary Jane. I know some of you guys like your Mary Jane, so if you guys got some Mary Jane emotes, feel free to throw them in the chat once we raid over, or now, or whatever. Well, definitely do them when we raid over, because her name is Mary Jane. I don't have a 420 emote yet, but I will be working on that, hopefully, between me and Cinny. Hopefully, maybe you guys will have that by next week. Let's see here. Raid. Paste. Alright guys, shout out to everybody who is with us again. Thank you to anybody who lurked, anybody who joined the conversation. DJ Graham, our boss of the live, thank you. Thank you as well for being #1 in gifted subs this month and #1 in biddies. We have 17 active subscriptions right now. You've gifted 3 of them. So I cannot thank you enough, Graham. Every little bit helps. I'm obviously not in the greatest situation right now, and I'm not the type to ask, but that doesn't mean that I won't fucking throw in a shameless plug here and there for the donate in the wish list. If it's something somebody wants to help with, cool. If not, it's not ever an expectation. I've always been the type of person to figure it out, so I'll fucking figure it out. Here's our Discord command. If anybody would like to join the Discord, we have some amazing channels. We have movie nights. We have just group conversations almost every morning, almost every night. Throughout the day, there's usually, I don't know if I'd say usually, but there's a good chance there'll be somebody in there. And even if there's not, you post, in the general, there's a chance that maybe 1 or 2 people come in and say what's up to you. So if you ever need somebody to talk to, please go into the Discord. Even if you don't want to go into the Discord, guys, I am here to help every fucking day, on the live, off the live. Shoot me a private message, come in here, whatever you need. If you need to talk about a certain topic, don't hesitate to come in and completely derail whatever I've got going on. This is a group fucking project. This isn't just a one-sided thing. My live would not be what it is without each and every one of you guys. So thank you. Thank you for everything that you do for me. Thank you for everything that you do for yourselves. I genuinely love you guys with all of my fucking heart, and I really, really hope you guys have a great day. Hope you brush your teeth. Hope you take your meds. I hope you stay hydrated. I hope you talk to somebody you love. Well, I know you talk to somebody who loves you, motherfucker, and that's a start. Give somebody you love a call. Shoot them a text. Let them know you're thinking about them. It's that easy. Graham, I love you, Graham. I love all of you guys. I'm going to pop this raid up, and we're going to call it. Thank you all so much again. Cannot say thank you enough. Sledge, thank you so much for you've been such a powerhouse lately, just always being here, showing love and support. I cannot say thank you enough to you and the Billy T's fam for still welcoming me and still showing me love and support, because there are more than enough people who wrote me off and told me to fuck myself. And it's really nice to know that there's still some people who have my back. So thank you, Sledge, for having my back. Bree, Graham, anybody, the 9 people who are ready to raid with us, the dozens of people we have lurking around the world. Thank you all for being yourselves and for joining me on this journey. Cooking a sausage roll, oh baby. Oh baby. I'm gonna leave that one there. My mom always told me if it was too easy, don't touch it. So on that note, we're gonna end on the sausage roll. You can end on the sausage roll. All right. I'm terrible. We're gonna just segue. Yo, Plowman, what's happening, bro? I'll say hi to you real quick. I'm literally raiding over to Mary Jane, but you love Mary Jane. Maybe not the lady, but the substance. Mary Jane's awesome. I love you, Plow. I always will. I've been playing your music religiously, man. Shout outs whether you're here or not. We're going to Mary Jane. Do you not see the raid? I could cancel it and restart it. I cancel it. We'll restart it. In case it didn't pop up for you. Hopefully we have at least 9 people again. That would be lame. Had 9, stop it and go back and only have like 5. Boom, there's 9. Do I hear 10? Boom! Do I hear 11? 11? Dude, I fucking love a double-digit raid. Like, the difference between 9 and 10 is, like, astronomical. Like, in my head, it's like, 9 people's dope. Like, 9 people still hype as fuck for a raid. Like, but 10, though? Ooh, like, we got them double digits, baby. Let's go. Guys, Plow Mandibles, that's the man that I'd be shouting out every single day right there. When I hit this command right here, the Plow command, when I hit this command right here, the shout out to the, now it's easier because I'm going to type his whole name in, but I do be typing in the whole name because I fucking love you, bro. been there for me regardless of other shit. And you're an incredible artist. You know, your character speaks for itself. And even if you had a shitty character, your music speaks for itself. So thank you for being a real one. Thank you for thinking with an open mind and not just being a yes man. Thanks for that. Always, always. I will break an arm jerking you off for as long as you will have me. Because that's who I am. Best fucking wingman in the game, baby.